As promised, I told you all I did do some fragrance shopping while in Philadelphia, and boy do I have some thoughts, because some of these fragrances are actually new releases, some of these are hyped fragrances that I did smell, and some of these are just old but still trendy, that type of thing. So we got a healthy mix. So we have 10 fragrances to discuss, and yeah, we're gonna get on into it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria here. Yes, we're talking about the 10 fragrances I smelled while I was on my trip in Philadelphia. As you all recall in my previous video, I spent Valentine's Day in Philadelphia, so that is why this happened. And whenever I travel, I always like to try to smell new things, shop, see what's going on, particularly if I'm near a boutique, which I will talk about a boutique that I did visit while I was there, and that is how I was able to smell a lot of these niche fragrances I'm going to talk about. So very excited about that. Yeah, lipstick of the day today, everyone. I'm getting ahead of myself. Lipstick of the day today, everyone. We're feeling very deep red, maroon rather, and this is from MAC, and this is Diva. I see they have recently reformulated and redone the matte lipsticks, so I'm hoping they are still amazing. But of course, I'm a matte girl forever. Y'all know this. MAC Diva is your lipstick of the day today, everyone. Everything I have on my face, as always, will be in the description box, so you don't have to look for it. Fragrance of the day will be reviewed at the end of the video because it is relevant to this video. So yeah, I think you're gonna want to see it. So without further ado, let's get into these 10 fragrances I smelled while I was on my trip. So first up out of the gate, this one is very trendy. I'm noticing that a lot of people are talking about this fragrance, which is kind of interesting because it's not in season 4, at least to my nose. This is from the brand Juicebox, and I've seen Juicebox before, but I never was in a space to sample anything. I never tried any of their fragrances. I've seen a lot of buzz about this Koka Heart fragrance that I've been seeing. Everybody's saying it's like this mango, fruity, basically tropical type of scent. So luckily, while I was in Philadelphia, I was able to visit the boutique Perfumology. They were super gracious and nice. Amazing customer service. I want to say that too. I definitely link them below. But yeah, all in all, they had this because I noticed this fragrance was sold out everywhere. And I was like, yeah, you want to smell it? Like, we're sold out right now, but we still have a tester so you can at least smell it. And I was like, thank you. You understand? Sometimes you just want to smell the fragrance. So I smell Koka Heart, y'all, and it does smell like a fruity cocktail. So I get why people are talking about that and describe it that way. I do agree with that description. However, did I feel like, ooh, I need this? I'm upset I can't buy it right now because it was out of stock at the moment. I didn't feel that way. I wasn't moved by it. Like, it was just okay to me. It was just okay to me. So this is one of those fragrances, but because of the scent profile, I'm willing to revisit it once we say hit May or June, because to be fair, it was 30 degrees in Philadelphia when I smelled this, and I get the vision of it, but right, I just wasn't in the mood for this. I'm just not here for it. So that's why I'm like, Koka Heart, I'm not in love with it. But yeah, I'll revisit it. So that's my thoughts on it. It's just okay. Next fragrance I smelled, this one was trending, say about 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, in the fragrance community. If you've been here, you know. And this was Electamus, and this was TRON. And I finally smelled this scent because they had the whole lineup there in Perfumology. And I said, okay, let me smell it. Okay, TRON, it is pretty. It is. It's definitely within their Baccarat Rouge type of DNA, but it was more like citrusy to me. I can see this one going well for the summertime. Like, that's like the best way to put that. So I do like it. So if you like Baccarat Rouge, you will like Electamus TRON. So I do get the hype in this scent. Plus the bottle is humongous, and I feel like you can get it for a better value than what Baccarat Rouge is going for these days. So there is also that. So yeah, it was a like. I'm digging it. Okay, I like TRON. Next fragrance. Now this one is a new 2024 release. Just came out, and this is the new Goldfield & Banks Silky Wood Elixir. They had just got it in, so I was able to smell it, and I'm like, okay, nice. So okay, compared to the original, let's start there. The original Silky Woods is more of this oud, cinnamon, tobacco, silky, woody type of scent. This new Elixir version to me is like a fig bomb, and it's way more masculine and smoky and deeper to me. I was like, no, this is for a man. Like 100%, ain't no unisex about it, even though of course it's a niche fragrance, so niche fragrances are obviously unisex. But to my nose, the new Silky Woods Elixir, I was not here for it, y'all. I was like, yeah, I'm glad I smelled this in person, because no, I don't like it. So unfortunately, the Elixir, I'm not here for it. I'm not, because I'm like, even with it being heavy, and again, it was 30 degrees when I smelled this, it still didn't work for me. So no. So Goldfield & Banks' Silky Woods Elixir is a no for me. Next up, we have So another thing that was cool in the boutique, they also had all of the Navitus area, and they had a lot of them you could sample. And what was cool was, as we know, a lot of fragrances have been out of stock with Navitus, and they're slowly been restocking because I do see the alerts and whatnot, people post about it. I didn't see this one as of late, and this is the Navitus Kind Intentions fragrance. It's in a pretty like seafoam green bottle. I do like the bottle. I think this one was also with Paulina Shalar, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Kind Intentions, I read up on it, and I remember seeing they had a seaweed note, and let me tell you something, because I've been near seaweed, been by the ocean, all that, that's what I smell. It's like creamy seaweed. That's what I got from it, which I was like, okay, this is unique, but do I want to smell like this per se? Put it this way, if I was just purely a novelty scent note collector, then I would get a Kind Intentions. But for me, would I actually wear Kind Intentions? No, I would not. So no, but I was happy that I was able to, you know, smell it in person, sample it, so I could make that decision, that type of thing. So Kind Intentions is a no, so I don't have any FOMO about missing out on that one. Next up, I also smelled the infamous, yes, the iconic, because y'all have asked me about this one so much, and this is from Liquid Imaginaires. I finally smelled Blanc Bed. Because y'all been like, okay, what do you feel about Blanc Bed? What is it giving? Do you like it? I'm like, y'all, I have not smelled this in. Like, I just not. And I haven't been checking for it, right? So they had it on display. It was up front. I said, okay, let me smell that. Fine, I'm in here. Why not? Y'all, I smelled it. And I was like, okay, I gotta be fair. It's worth the hype. Blanc Bed is actually worth the hype. It is good. It is really good. It's a creaminess, sweet milkiness about it. I was like, I like this. This is giving soft life. I'm digging it. And bonus points, the head elf was with me too for the perfume boutique part of the trip, because he was like, okay, let me come see what you're doing. So he came with me and he was like, oh, okay, I like this one. So yes, Blanc Bed is head elf approved. So let me put that in there too. That was one of the ones he was really digging. So yes, Blanc Bed, I see why this was hyped up in the community. It is unique and I'm feeling the vibe of it. So you never know, maybe come next fall, winter, you might see your girl with the bottle of it, because I do understand why this got a lot of love. I'm digging it. So again, it is the Blanc Bed fragrance from Liquid Imaginaires. Okay, y'all, now these next 4 fragrances are all from Zerof. Yes, Zerof, because I gotta realize something. I am a Zerof girly. I'm officially one. I became one as of summer of 2023, so last year. And you know, it's just a lifestyle at this point. So moving forward. So as you all recall, in a previous sampling video, I talked about the Torino 21 fragrance, because that one gets all the hype and all the love, right? So I'm like, okay, I see they have other Torinos now. There's a Torino 22, then there's also a Torino 23, which just came out and they had it on display. So I was able to smell the whole Torino, you know, family. Since I already had a sample of Torino 21, okay, I didn't waste my time and my nose smelling it, because I do like Torino 21, right? So I was like, okay, let me see what 22 is talking about, because nobody really talks about it. Only a handful of people do, but it doesn't get a lot of love like 21. Smell 22, y'all. Nothing else mattered after 22. I mean, I was like, why don't nobody talk about this? Why is this one not getting all the love and the hype? Torino 22 is beautiful. There's a tea note in it, but there's also like saffron in it. So there's this clean, comforting, but still sexy sweetness situation that's happening in Torino 22. I was like, wow. I'm still trying to figure out why nobody talking about this one enough for me. Like, it's not, it gets mentioned again, but it ain't hyped. We gotta hype 22 up, because wow. Torino 22, Zerof, okay, y'all did something with that one. That one you put your foot in. So I'm like, yes. And most importantly, I wasn't really checking for it that hard, because again, everybody was so focused on 21s. But this is why you gotta take your time and explore other scents that don't necessarily get as much love. So moving forward though. So I was like, okay, 22 did all this for me, right? I'm like, okay, now what is the latest greatest gonna do? Torino 23. So smell Torino 23, it was giving man. It was just giving man. It just smelled like cologne. I was just like, immediately no. I was like, although like it was still, let's be clear, it was still Zerof quality with the blending and all that. So no issue with the perfumery aspect of it, but the scent profile is giving man. I was like, I don't like this. I don't. And again, this is why we don't blind buy just because we like one in a series or a trilogy, what have you. Because as I have seen with, especially with this Torino situation, yeah, it's a set, it's a collection, it's 3 of them right now, but all 3 of them smell different. So yeah, Torino number 23, nah, I don't like it. So next fragrance, also from the house of Zerof, I finally smelled Apollonia, which for me, I like the bottle and the name, Apollonia. I'm always think of Prince. It's just, yes, the artist, the musician, yes, the legend. I'm always think of him whenever I hear like Apollonia when I. So the bottle, it looks like this cool metallic-y silver and gold bottle, and it had been described as a dry musk to me, and I gotta admit the description is spot on. This is the most driest musk I have ever smelled. Most other musk I have smelled kind of have a little bit more brightness to them, a little bit more maybe even fruitiness to them, or a little bit more of a clean aspect. No, this one is like, it's just desert dry of a musk. So I'm just like, I'm intrigued, but it's like, would I actually wear this fragrance? Like, I gotta be real about that. I was like, okay. I have a feeling that if I ended up with Apollonia, I'm afraid I would not wear it. It would just be one of those bottles you just look at, where it's like pretty looking, but you wouldn't wear it. And I'm like, girl, we are not about that. We are about wearing our fragrances. So for that reason, yes, for a unique factor, Apollonia, but do I need a full bottle of it? No, I don't. Next fragrance is also from the house of Zerof, you all, and this is Zerof Viva Core 1. This is one that is now more so available, because I saw it was already available over across the pond in Europe, but I've been seeing more boutiques get it in, and when I saw they had it, I was like, oh, let me try it. Notes are very interesting. There's like quince in here, there's like chocolate. It's a lot going on with it, and I think this is one of those fragrances where I smelled it. It was okay, but it's so much going on in it that I'm gonna have to just get a sample of it to revisit it, because I smelled it. I didn't hate Viva Core 1, but I wasn't like, wow. But I can tell that it's a scent that's gonna take me on a journey. So this is one that if y'all see me with the actual sample of it later on, because my mind isn't all the way made up on it, and I feel like, again, this is one that I actually really need to take my time with. So it's interesting. So the verdict is still out on Viva Core 1. Not a love, not a hate, but I'm like, I gotta give this one some time to develop, because there's a lot going on in it. If you look it up for yourself, you'll see what I mean. It's a lot going on with Viva Core 1. So yeah, there's that. And the next fragrance I want to mention, I actually smelled it in Sephora, and this is the latest Kilian fragrance, and this is the new Kilian Born to Be Unforgettable fragrance that I've seen out. It's been repackaged in like the same type of packaging as Kilian Princess is. Y'all, I smelled this. This smells like cola and cologne is what it is. And I was like, okay, it's giving man. I don't want to smell like either one of these. I don't want to smell like cola, even though I love a good Coke, but I don't also want to smell like a man. So to me, Born to Be Unforgettable, it's an easy no, easy pass. So I just want to say that as well. And yeah, so now I know y'all like, okay, so out of these fragrances, what stood out to you the most? Also, what is that fragrance of the day? So I think y'all might be able to tell which one is my favorite, because I had an amazing love at first sniff reaction to one of these in particular. Okay, here it is, y'all. So I tried to buy it on site. Like, that's how in love I was with this scent. Like, I was like, no, I want it now, wrap it up, give it to me. It was sold out. So of course that means it gotta live rent-free in my head, right? But even better, even though it was sold out, it was like, hey, spray it on you, so therefore you can at least wear it, and therefore you can really, really fall in love with it for sure. If you want to, just place an order, that type of thing. Which I'm like, that makes sense, because hey, that way my luggage won't be weighed down anyway, so it helps out. Sprayed the scent on me, went and ran around, did other errands, went to dinner, everything. And when I tell you, I kept getting whiffs of this, and I fell more in love with it as the hours went on. I was like, wow, no, I'm gonna need a bottle of this. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, so when I got home, guess what happened? I placed the order, yeah. And the fragrance that I had to have, love at first sniff, you all, here we go. But I thought y'all knew that. This is the Zerof Torino 22 fragrance. Yes, y'all, I had to get it. And yes, this is my fragrance of the day. Check it out, Zerof Torino 22. And by the way, if you were paying attention to my Instagram, you saw me say I have found my signature scent for spring 2024. And now here it is. Here's the reveal, Zerof Torino 22. So yes, y'all, that fragrance is the trip. That is the memory of Philadelphia 2024 for sure. You all know I have scent memories and different fragrances and things I smell. So absolutely, Torino 22 was the standout. And let me tell you, I love it even more now than I did even when I first smelled it, because now I'm covered in it. So that is it. Zerof's Torino 22 is the takeaway from this trip, y'all. So all right, everyone, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Have you smelled anything lately? Have you smelled any of these fragrances mentioned that I'm discussing? Oh yeah, by the way, I did smell the new BDK fragrance, the new one that's in honor of their new boutique. There was like a limited edition release. They had it in store. It was kind of in that like clean aldehydes type of vibe. I want to throw that out there. It was nice, but did I need a full bottle of it? No. So I just remembered that. So I want to throw that in this video too. So yes. So yeah, that one is a pass for me because I know somebody might have been wondering about that. So all right, you all, that wraps up this here video. And yeah, I will catch y'all the next time. Bye y'all.